How's it going today, Deena?
Doing pretty good. How you doing?
It's good, yeah. It's great to see you again. It's here. We should pick up on our last session.
hmm
Our last session was great, and if there's anything new that you can tell me today, that's what I'm here for. So let's get started.
Well, I've had some changes that has taken place since the last session. My son, he'll be going to Teen Challenge. Um, he was supposed to have went this past week, and we've had some changes because of his blood work and different things. It's just been like a long, sort of processed out thing. And the day that he thought he was going to get to go, he didn't get to go. So it's going to either be tomorrow or next week. But it's a Christian-based program that he'll be going in for 14 months. So I've been dealing with that situation the past about 2 weeks with him. Him having to leave his house, he had accumulated things, had been working and all that stuff. So he's having to let all that stuff go, and he's going to be gone for 14 months. And I think that's been hard for him in one sense, but then in another sense, I think that he's at a place where he knows he needs this type of help right now. So that and then I had a friend who I have been talking with and ministering to or counseling for the past year. And this particular person would, I met them in church, and they were doing really well for a while, and then they relapsed. And then they would do good for a while, and then they would relapse. And they had called me Tuesday in the midst of their relapse. And I told him, I said, this particular time, I said, I really think you need to go to detox because this is becoming more progressive. And I've even seen the progressiveness of the addiction in the past year. So I contacted my friend's mother, and she had let me know that they did take this particular person to detox on Tuesday. And so hopefully that they'll get 7 days of detox, and then they'll be able to go on into treatment. So here in the past couple months, I've just, with me pursuing a career in human service as well as trying to work on being a certified substance abuse counselor, I have been, in positions to where I've been, surrounded with a lot of people dealing with addiction.
Helping people too.
Yeah, helping people the best of my ability. Ever since I got sober, it seems like a lot of things have been around me that pertain to because I have family that struggle with addiction, and then it's came into the church, and then my son moved down here, and then that would that's become another thing. So it's just a confirmation to me, as we begin to try to figure out when we get in school what we really going to do. Well, do I really want to be a substance abuse counselor? Do I want, should I be an advocate? Or, we get to rolling around in our minds sometimes, what is it that we really want to do? Or what is our purpose in pursuing a bachelor's degree and continuing to move forward? And it just let me really know that really is where I feel like I need to be as far as pursuing my certification and stuff. I really feel like that I'm needed to be able to relate with other people, and the things that they're going through. But looking at it now, not actually being in that particular situations anymore, but having to, stand back and then watch, it's been really difficult for me because seeing the person and the people that you care about go through those cycles, knowing that you've been there and that you've been through some things that they're going through, it's just really been hard because where I had an awakening to the fact that my life was being destroyed and things like that, you continue to see this this pattern, in other words. And it's like, that was my life for many years. But finally, like I said, I woke up and I decided, look, I can't continue to do this anymore. And you see these other people going through that, and in your mind, you're thinking, I can't fix them. You know, you can be a counselor, you can be an encourager, you can pray, whatever you're doing, but ultimately it's up to those people if they're going to decide to get sober or clean.
So how do you feel about like helping them with their drug, rehab? How do you feel about that when you like help them?
I feel like I thank God that He can use me in a sense of being that person to say, hey, look, this might be what you need. And if that person that I'm talking to receives, what I'm letting, expressing to them or sharing with them, then that lets me know that, my testimony or my addiction or my story per se and the things that I've been through in life is really being a message to that person. It's giving that other person hope, and they're taking that, and then they're moving, they're doing what they need to do, and that's the way I look at it. And then I try not to let it be about me. You know what I'm saying? But that God has used me to just be a vessel, in other words, of what He's done in my life, and it's just pouring out onto somebody else. But for these for my friend and my son both to be getting help at the same time, right here at the same time, is nothing but an answered prayer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you sow into prayer for years, months, and you're consistent in that, and then all of a sudden, you begin to see the fruit of it, you know, and that has really encouraged me because it's like, even though you got frustrated, Deena, and even though there was times of doubt, and there was just different things that would come at you, you continued in all that to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? You continued to persevere through and stand in the gap for people. That's what we have to do sometimes. And now your son's going into this treatment for 14 months, and now your friend, is in detox. Yeah. And so it really, it really has encouraged me that by me investing in those two, that it wasn't in vain. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That it wasn't in vain.